Hey everyone, let me see. Ooh, let me make myself bigger. Here we go. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I was trying to post something in here, which is for a GoFundMe for our beautiful member Chico. Guys, check out the GoFundMe. Horrible incident happened with her and her fam. If you guys want and feel able to donate, please please do so if you're able to share it. Chico, I'm putting it in the chat. I hope you're okay with that. And that's something that I felt like was necessary to do. Shout out to you, Chico. I'm getting there, Jen Jen. I'm getting there. Can you guys hear me? All right. Let me greet everybody in the chat. Let me see. Look at this hair. This is why I need to remain an avatar because I could never get a hairbrush right where I need it. Okay. Hey, Christiane, welcome. Welcome. Chico, Brianna. Oh, not Brianna. Brienne. See, I'm like making up names, y'all. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Hey there. Welcome, welcome. Shout out to everybody from Rhode Island. Okay. Shout out to everybody from Rhode Island. Yes. Let me see who else. Peaceful Warrior. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Let's see who else. Christina. Welcome, Christina. Welcome, guys. Oh my God, Jerry, shout out to you. Welcome. I'm so glad you guys were able to catch me. You know how I am, you guys. I just kind of go live. Now, if you're new, welcome. Hey, let us know what flag, where you're from. Are you from Rhode Island? Shout out to everybody from Rhode Island. Look, Lucy, we have other people from Rhode Island in here. You just never know who's in the chat that's from the same state that you're in. Your fave criminal defense paralegal. Yes. Shout out to everybody from South Carolina, South Florida. Look at this. Oh my God. You know what I need to do is look, Sakina is Sakina. I'm like making up names now. Look, Lucy, look right here. Look at Rhode Island. You just never know. Hey, Peekaboo, welcome. Connecticut. I know I got some people, other people from Connecticut here. This is why I love this. This is why I love this. So shout out to you. Idaho, currently in LA for work. Shout out to everybody from LA. Lana. By the way, I follow Lana on Twitter. Check everybody's Twitter in here out. Colorado, Jen. Shout out to everybody from Colorado. Texas? Texas. No, you had it right the first time. See, you know what? It's the COVID, okay? Although we did take a test and I am no longer positive. So, but I'm still a little congested, so I'm still kind of like getting over this, and I think you could hear it. Even I could hear it in my throat that I'm still congested. But yes, thank you. Okay, Chico, I hope you're okay that I shared it because that woman helps everyone. She bought Christmas for a family of 7 this past one. So it's time to give back to her. All right. So I hope that that is okay. Mesa, Arizona, SW 4x4 Explorers. One of my first cars was an Explorer. Well, it was one of my second cars. My first car was a Ford. Yeah, so shout out. I love Explorer. Explorer was a great car. It was good to me when I had it. Illinois. All right. So love that everybody's here. And shout out to everybody. Hey Mad, welcome. Um, where do we want to get started? Yeah, no, it's no joke. I blame it on the COVID forever. Let's get started with this. You drive a Jeep. I feel duped then. I feel duped. Um, let's start over here. Okay. A lot of you guys were messaging me on this AWP situation. Okay, I get it. AWP made an announcement. AWP made an announcement. I'm not surprised. How many of you guys told? I told a lot of you guys, and a lot of you guys knew that Gerald, Jared. I don't know why I'm saying Gerald. Jared has not left AWP. Okay, like we know that. We know that. Look, his head is there. This is the new team. Now I heard through the Red Book, the Reddit, excuse me, that that the brother is now taking over. I don't listen. I don't know. What I'd like to know. This is what I'd like to know. Look at you guys with your tomatoes. What I like to know is the man booked, mugged, finger shot, mug shot, do we have a mug yet? Like, do do we know it? We don't. We don't. Okay. So he posted on the Facebook, our AWP 2023 winter search has officially begun as we start in the Bullhead City and Moab Valley. Okay, Mohave Valley, Arizona, in search of Robert and William Reeves. Thank you, everyone, for your support. Wish us luck as we move across the U.S. in search of lost loved ones. Hoping to have good news for a few families in the next month. Mm, Lana, listen. I mean, he's got court on the 20th, right? He's moving like he's got no care in the world. Yeah, I think did you report on the Daniel Robinson missing I have not. I have not. But hey. Hey, shout out to everybody from Germany. So we don't have a mugshot. We don't have fingerprints. Is that where you're from? Look at that. Okay. He needs to face justice. Wow. He's acting like, this is just a normal regular schmegular vacation. Like it is what it is, right? But remember his post where he says something to the effect of, um, oh, he's not going to be traveling as much or with the team. I don't know. Yeah, this is probably what he was filming when he was supposed to be getting his mug shot and prints done last time. Yeah. You tell me, guys. You tell me. But I mean, it's like he's unbothered by it. Hey, Inquisitive, he's unbothered by it, guys. He's doing what he's got to do, right? I don't know. Now he wants good publicity. He's trying to paint a picture of him being his awesome person when really he's a POS. Ooh, Chico does not hold back right now. Where are we at? Where are we at? What do you guys think in the comments? Let me know. Now, yes, throw up those likes. XMX, you got me on this one, okay? Yes, he's unbothered because look at this. Already in the chat. It's already, and I'm looking at my secondary advice. You guys are already coming in with these tomatoes. Are we tomatoing? Let me see. Let me see. Do we have our tomato GIF? Where did the tomato GIF go with these people? What are they thinking? Lame? Boo? Tomato, 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 tomato. Throw in tomatoes. Yes. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Look, where are we at? We got 113 people in the chat. Shout out to all you guys. Make sure you hit the like button. Did I tell you guys? I got to tell you guys another news. So I got a message from the Facebook thing, right? And I guess we're able to receive stars on Facebook. Lane, thank you so much for always hitting the like button on this Facebook thing. I'm learning how to work it. I don't know how to work it 100%. So whatever stars mean, I guess we can earn it. So thank you so much for those that have given us views on Facebook. Shout out to you. Hopefully we can get that running as well as our YouTube channel. Okay. So shout out to everybody. It's hard. This is a hard one. I support AWP. I do not support Jared. I mean, this is it's interesting that you say that because a lot of people say that. A lot of people, I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of people, in my opinion, would support AWP if Jared wasn't behind it. And a lot of people had said, well, he's not. Remember, he did this whole little show of like he's no longer the CEO. I mean, a CEO would have made a statement about Jared being part of the team and what type of role Jared would play. Okay. As somebody who has worked in various companies, nonprofits, and government agencies, you do not hide the elephant. Okay. You address the elephant because, especially if you expect support from the public, you have to tell the public where the elephant is going to be at. Okay. Is the elephant still part of the team? Even if he's still part of the team, people would still support it and say, you know what? AWP is going to continue. Jared plays this role in AWP. Maybe he's the guy that, I don't know, does the editing or the filming, which means that a portion of your support is going to Jared, which means that that is funding the legal fund. But honestly, you can't ask that from someone who hasn't been transparent to anybody, to his subscribers, to anybody that has supported him, the people that has he's the volunteers. He has not been 100% transparent with anybody. He owns AWP, and therefore, when you give a view, that's exactly where your support is going, to AWP. And that's the reality of the fact. Yeah. And that's why so many of the team, the people that were there, left because they didn't want any type of affiliation. You can't go about, pretending that the allegations aren't out there. What really got to me too, was somebody on Twitter said, "Well, is Jared still a criminal?" Listen, and I don't go back and forth on Twitter, just like I don't like to go back and forth on YouTube. It's redundant. Um, that's how I feel. You know. Thank you, my love, for becoming a member. Thank you. Yeah, it has not changed. Gen 1, it has not changed. It has not changed. So does he think everyone is going to forget about what he did? He's discussing. Well, and believe you me, that there's still a lot of comments that I get from supporters, from his supporters. They come in here and guess what? I don't mind them as I don't mind anybody that supports AWP. It's the point of the fact that you're trying to argue with me that what he did was not criminal. That's where you and I will never see each other. If you support, you can support whoever you want, but just be very specific and know what you're supporting. Okay. And the fact is this is that AWP has not made a statement. They've been very shitty about how they've treated the situation, the way they have moved. You can't tell me different. Okay. Hey, Micah, welcome. New people will watch him and not even know. No, they won't. They won't. We do have the coolest members and the subs. Shout out to us for that. A matter of fact, I did not want to forget this before I go further. Because I didn't really want to give a whole lot of, I hate to, I'm just going to say, I hate giving clout. Is that the word? Clout to AWP. It's not something that I like to talk about too much. And that's why when people have mentioned me and everything, I was like, I don't know how much but at the same time, the man has not been booked, so he does need to be called out for that. Let me share with you guys something else. Let's move on to this real quick. I want to share something with you guys. Uh, Here we go. Excuse me, and let me cough because I gotta cough and mute myself. I still have the cough, even though the test is negative. It has not gone away. But I want to talk to you guys about this real quick. Hopefully, you guys can see it on my StreamYard. Let's see. Let me make myself smaller. So, I'm sharing it with everybody. I had posted it in members, but I'm gonna share with you guys this thumbnail right here. Felicia Cochran. Okay, so one of the goals that I had, and I told you guys on my channel, is um, I've been blessed. Okay, I've been blessed with 20,000 subscribers. I've been blessed by bringing down the Facebook fam here too. Shout out to the Facebook people. I have been blessed. All right. So one of my goals was to talk about, at least pick 3 cases, okay, that have not been trending. okay, that have not there's not a lot of YouTube videos out there about. That's my goal, where I'm able to use my platform at least 3 a month, 2 to 3 a month, okay? And I'm able to dig in and bring a little bit of coverage to it. It might not trend, and that's okay. The goal here is awareness. So one of the first ones I'm going to start with, that I'm working on the script a little bit, is the case of Felicia Cochran. All right. I'm always amazed by those really great channels. I think Plunder is one of them. 10 to Life, that bring in, I mean, 10 to Life, I let me think of the ones that really look into the ones that aren't trending, to bring back to light, to bring back some support, okay, some awareness too. Is it Mercy? Mercy is one of them. Plunder, I would say, is another one. There's a lot of channels that do this out there. The Vanish podcast is another one. So I honestly, was listening to this case on the Vanish podcast, and I went and I did a search. I didn't see a whole lot of Google, not Google, but YouTube awareness to this. But the Felicia Cochran story is just a really sad story, and it's been 30 years of this woman that has been missing. Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys, those that are in the membership, you will see this thumbnail. This is one that we're going to be covering. We're going to do a video on. I would ask you to watch it. I would ask you to share it, because it's not something that, in my opinion, it's going to be like, woo, it's trending or anything, because there's not a lot of information out there, and the investigation has gone very cold. But what I can do is, with my 20 subs, as well as with my Facebook fam, bring some light to this, and kind of go about it this way. So I'm going to be covering this one. I'm letting everybody know here. If you're a member, you'll get the sneak peek to the thumbnail. If you have a case specifically that you want me to talk about, there's already somebody that emailed me about another one. Chico had emailed me about another one, especially if you're a member and you want me to look into it. I'll definitely look into it and dig into it a little bit more. But those are just two factors. And I'm looking at what hasn't been trending, and what needs to be done awareness wise, to bring it to light. Okay. And then kind of go about it that way. But yeah, we're going to be talking about the Felicia Cochran. I'm going to make a video, and I hope that you guys can share it as well. So heads up on that. Keep an eye on that, as it will be dropping here pretty soon. The goal is at least 2 to 3 cases a month that need some awareness. All righty. As you're coming in, please hit the like button. What is our like goal? I'm gonna see something real quick. Hold up, guys. Hold up. Let's see. We definitely met our like goal from yesterday's stream, which was 325. So shout out to our folks that helped us, those that watched the replay. Thank you for doing that. But we're gonna get into this situation now. If you're coming in, please hit the like button. Our like goal, 150 in the room. Can we get only 50 likes? What? Don't do me like this, people. Can we get at least like goal wise 300 likes? I mean, I went to 325 and we met it yesterday. So that would be awesome if we can continue to meet that goal. All right. I have 170 people watching. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, Lordy, look at this. And then we, of course, have the Facebook advertisers. Please do not advertise. Guys, I don't do Facebook advertisements. So feel free to block the user that is advertising. You gotta reach out to me before you decide to advertise. Because that's not cool. All right. All right, all right, all right, all right. Look at this. The trolls. Yes, hit the like button. So let's talk about Kohberger. All right. And I really want to focus on Kohberger, because let me tell you something that I don't like. I don't like victim shaming, and I don't like victim bashing. And I feel like a lot of attention has gone to Dylan and the other victim, the other survivor. Okay. I think that that is something that we have to pay attention to. These are survivors. All right. Because I bet you 170 people that are in this chat would not know what to do if you were in that situation. I would have called 911. I would have done this. I would have done that. I mean, no, we don't know. We don't know. So my focus is going to be on the perpetrator, the alleged, he's gonna have a trial, we'll go from there. Okay. This case has gone full crime porn. Generally, Jenny, you just take the words out of my mouth. Stop it. I need you to stop it. I'm about to give you this channel. Stop it. Look, um, are you guys in the mood for a veggie burger? Y'all need to stop. Y'all need to stop. Oh my god. I yes, me too. Me too, my love. I dislike how people are being treated. I dislike that we like to think that we can insert ourselves. Oh, thank you, Tinkle Tits. I don't, let me see, do I have my phone? Thank you so much, my love, for your support. You're still sick? Jesus. Can you, when you do a COVID test, let me know because we're going to have to do some rabbit twerking for you. Thank you so much for the Cash App, my love. Um, Listen, I'm just going to need us to get away from just the I would have done this. I can't get away from this because we don't know. We don't know, honestly. And one thing I don't, given myself that I have worked with trauma victims, people do different things. That's what I can say. That's what I can say. I can hear you on that. But what we know is the affidavit was sent, released to everybody. That's all we know. But can we really say anything? So why don't we focus on the perp? Let's do that. Let's focus on this perpetrator. Let's talk about this because it had really intrigued me. There was a friend, I don't know if a lot of you guys saw this yesterday, that was interviewed. So a former friend that knew of him, knew his background and everything. Okay, let's talk about this former friend. Let's talk about it because this was a very interesting interview. Have you guys seen this? Drop a rabbit on the chat if you have watched this. If not, watch it with me. This was just on Fox News. And let me get this little fair use banner going here because it is fair use commentary that we're providing. Let's do this. Let's do this.
Welcome back to the program. So we know the suspect was a criminal justice major. We know he was pursuing his PhD. We know that he had postings talking about he wanted to know why criminals do what they do, but who really was this suspect? So we wanted to bring in someone that knew the person in a prior life. I want to bring in someone who knew him, the suspect personally, Rich Pasqua. You worked with him for a period of time. Rich, what can you tell me about the suspect? What was he like?
He was just your average guy. I met him through some friends, and they told me that he was a little weird, and he was a little socially awkward, I guess you could say. But he wasn't a bad guy.
I mean, socially awkward, wasn't a bad guy. Thank you. I mean, I kind of wonder how many times they had interaction with each other. Curious to know about that, but let's keep watching.
He needed a job, so
Rich,
I worked at a pizza shop at that time, and they were hiring. I said, "Yeah, come on in and apply," and he did, and he got the job. So I worked with him for a little bit, but he was quiet though.
What
He
was
didn't ever come off
conversation like with him?
They were kind of speaking over each other. You could tell that maybe there might have been a delay. I don't know. Just a tea, please. Oh, thank you. Shout out to you and welcome. Yes, Nana T, you are late, but that is okay. Tinkleton said I just said positive 30 minutes ago. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know. Socially awkward. Brian Brianna says, look, incel, stupid, autocorrect. It's all good. Socially awkward. I mean, okay, now I'm gonna go back. I told you guys I'm a my undergraduate is in criminology, right? And I'm thinking about the many times people have been described as socially awkward. And socially awkward, I'm like, I want you to dig deeper than that word. You know what I'm saying? Because it gets so overused. You know how many people are socially awkward? Um, as defined by what terms? I don't know. Hey, Layla, welcome. I don't know, guys. Hey there, Miss Clover. Welcome. Incel, socially awkward. I mean, hmm. Tinkle tits, I feel you on this one. I said socially awkward. It's starting to remind me of the person that came into my chat. What was it? When the news broke, and the guy said that he had lunch with him before. I mean, it just drove my chat a little crazy, and I kept telling him, "Well, hit the fucking link. Stop saying that you knew him." I'm thinking sociopath with personality disorder. And it's so hard to diagnose people nowadays, but I'm like, I this overgeneralization of socially awkward people. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Mm, we got to get away from these words. Socially creepy? Y'all need to stop. So he was extra awkward and weird as opposed to just socially awkward. Jenny says, aren't most people socially awkward in at least some situations? I mean, if we're friends, right? We know each other outside of whatever. Socially awkward does not mean homicidal. I have a lot of friends that are socially awkward. Normal is subjective. Strange. All right. Okay. I love this. Why I love this conversation is because in my opinion, it challenges us to think outside of a norm. Okay. Think of the comparisons that they were making of this man, Ted Bundy, handsome looking dude, right? Can't deny that. They were doing comparisons to the cartoon guy, to somebody said that he looked like Jake Gyllenhaal. Like, I just want you guys to think about just how we make these comparisons. You told, shout out to Grizzly Crime yesterday that I came from a homicide detective household. Literally, there's a documentary about a murder my stepdad was involved in. Ooh, you're gonna have to tell me about it. I would love to talk about. I don't want to out you, so I better be careful with that. Dude does have a look in his eye. There is a look about him. I'll say that. There's something about him. They're spooky and awkward and strange, but socially awkward. But anyway, so let's keep. Let me not digress into, you know, this interview.
What was that?
What was conversation like with him? Like when you talk with him at work, would he look you in your eyes? Did he have friends? Did he have a girlfriend at the time?
It was so long ago. It was like 2013, but he didn't have a girlfriend. I do remember that. And my wife went to school with him. They graduated together, and she doesn't remember him ever having a girlfriend, and I don't remember him ever having a girlfriend. And he didn't have many friends, so he like would do anything to fit in, and would do like, just he just wanted to be liked by everybody.
Did you guys pick up on that? He said, listen. So his wife went to high school with him. He didn't have many friends. He would do anything for kind of attention. That's what it sounds like he's being described. Layla and a couple of you guys said that Ted Bundy was not good looking. I'm just saying, I don't know. Um, I don't know, guys, but I guess that would be up to everybody's opinions. He did have scary eyes. Uh, oh my gosh, you guys are so funny in this comments. Why are you even here? But I was confused. Is he getting the information from his wife or like from somebody else? Because it's the detail. We'll watch it again. Because I said something. He worked at a pizza place. He got him a job at a pizza place. His wife went to graduated high school. He didn't have very many friends. I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think? For the they work together. Okay. Oh my gosh. Y'all are going in on these comments. Okay. Are we gonna all right, let me stop. Let me keep going. Let me keep going. Yeah, he worked. That's what I'm saying, Jen. He got him a job at the pizza place. That's what he said. They worked together. Wife graduated with him from high school. Hey, Cash H, welcome. Mm, they did drugs together. Heroin. That's what they did. I don't know, guys. Let's keep watching this, okay?
But he wasn't a bad kid. Like, he was all right. And I knew his sister. I went to school with his sister, and I knew his father worked for the school, and I believe his mother did too. But his family, they were all nice people, and his dad was always really nice to me, very polite. But I never thought that he
Was
would
there
do
any
something like that.
Good copy. So we've heard from some people that surrounded him that there may have been drug use in his life
Oh yeah,
prior as well. Did you know him to use drugs or anything like that, sir?
yeah. He did use drugs. That's how I really know him too. He was a big heroin addict, and so was I. I got 6 years clean now. I work in treatment and everything. But back,
Wow. And shout out to him for being clean. Like this is a huge thing. Infamous Truth Teller says, Rabbit, have you heard or seen the hundreds pages that they have on some information that he was in a public forum when he was 17 talking about really dark things and how he's manifested to what? Ooh, okay. Uh, no, I didn't. I sold drugs at pizza places to less attractive men than him. LOL. Past the California statute of limitations. You gotta do what you gotta do. Um, long-term heroin, you fries your brain and literally changes your brain chemistry. Well, shout out to the former friend, okay, for being clean. I will let me tell you something. Shout out to him, okay. But some of this stuff, yeah, like yo, you know how hard it is for people to get clean, especially heroin. Shout out to him. Um, mm, yeah, Infamous, you want to email it to me so we can share it with everybody? Let me put the email on the banner, guys, right here. Infamous, go ahead and email me and I will check it out right now. RL says, I'll be 11 years sober next month. Shout out to you, my love. Shout out to you. Yeah, Jen, it is. It is. Self-medicating. I mean, somebody said here, and I think it was Truth Teller who said something about what he wrote and wanted to manifest. Okay. I want you to think about how, like, when serial killers or killers or people that kind of do these like mass murders and stuff like that kind of get found out, right? You people tend to go back to their history, their journals, what they wrote. I'm thinking about the Columbine shooting specifically. If you guys remember, even was it Dylan Klebold's mom who came and did a TED talk, right? And she's been very like open to bring awareness to the disconnection between her and her son and the things that maybe her son was saying and how she wasn't connecting and the darkness that he was dealing with and wasn't necessarily talking about. I think that that is a good connection that people tend to make is like when people go about doing these kinds of crimes, even Ted Bundy, for example, when he talked about his porn addiction, people went back and they wanted to interview his mother and they were looking at different aspects to make profiles of certain behavioral patterns that these were making, right? This is that behavioral analyst piece. So um, it does not surprise me that stuff from his past is coming up, right? Journals. You have friends that talked about heroin addiction with him. So this is, to me, in my opinion, this is stuff that we're going to start hearing, right? We're going to start piecing together to try to find a really good picture of this man, his growing up. We're also finding out that in his own family, he might have had mental health professionals that we weren't even aware of. Okay, and so it just, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised whatsoever. And so whether he was a heroin addict, okay, or he used heroin, or he smoked blunts. This is stuff that's going to come out. This is pretty normal. But I definitely don't want to kick somebody at all for having used any type of drug. And then recovery is very hard. Okay, so if you are recover, and I have a lot of you people that are telling me 11 years, 7 years, shout out to you, and keep it going. Okay, because it's a hard thing to do.
Back then I was using, and so that's how I know for a fact he was using. I've got high with him a couple times and used with him. And I remember one night we went out and his car broke down and his dad had to come out and he got pretty angry. Well, because his car broke down and everything, and we couldn't get what we needed that night. But, and, you know, I knew other people that dealt drugs and we would deliver drugs to him a lot. And so that's when I heard about this case. I haven't heard from him in so long. And then I heard about this and it said that he was going to college. I said, I haven't heard from him. I guess that's what he's been doing. He must have cleaned up. I know he was in and out of rehab a couple times, but he really did. He cleaned up and was going to college all these years.
Yeah, and I mean, he was going to college. Typically, I mean, it, it it's just so unfortunate, you know. And of course, he will have his trial and he will have his day in court and all that other stuff. You know, it's. Can you imagine? I mean, he will have his day in trial. I just think about the waste of a person, and then what he, you know, if he's found guilty, what he has done to all these young people, the four young people, right, and then the two surviving roommates, himself being a college guy too. Like, I don't know, guys. It is just so surprising. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, guys. And shout out to everybody. I'm looking at the chat. I think addiction is more than just a single drug. Yes, absolutely. One of my best friends committed suicide with ketamine during the height of my key. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry, guys. Oh no, I will assume that this guy is a PA since he mentioned he had a dad. Yeah. Can we confirm he went to rehab? I don't know. I don't know. Truth teller, I'm waiting for your email and I don't see it, my love. I'm checking my spam too. I don't see it. So I don't know if you've sent it. Uh, but anyways, okay, let me keep going. You get clean, you go to college and seems to be on the right track, but they throw a little for what? Layla, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like it's such a shame Bryant went uh ruin his life because he wanted to be I don't know if it's a weirdo, but something had to have I don't even know what the word would be. He ruined not only his life, but the life of 4, 5, 6 other people. 4 people are no longer here, 2 of which have probably been traumatized by this situation. You get clean and you go to college and you seem to be on the right track, but throw it all away. Like, what? I don't know. You did, the chat won't take any links, so you might want to email it to me. I just don't know what the word is. You just send it? Rabbit, I just send it. Okay. I'll check it out. I don't know, guys. You think he switched addictions? I know. It's I don't know, guys. Don't we all self-medicate in one way or another? That's a great point. I think we all have something, you know? Okay. All right. I think I just got an email. Ooh, hold up. But let me finish this clip with everybody. Let's see before, because I gotta check this little email that we just got. Hold up, guys. I just gotta check it.
Rich, I'm short on time, but I got to ask you one last question. We've heard from people that he had a track record of being inappropriate, borderline offensive to women. Did you ever see that in any of your interactions with him and interactions with women?
Not in my time knowing him. I've never seen him ever act like that towards women. I've never seen him come off that way ever towards anybody.
Yeah. Rich, thank you so much for joining the program. I'm sorry I'm short on time.
You're
Hopefully
welcome.
you'll come back.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube.
Okay. So we just got an email. And these look like, I'm looking at the picture and it's very hard to make out to see if this is really him. But I'm going to show it. I mean, it's nothing. It's just like forum post, guys. Let's see if I can bring this up real quick. Let me close some of these tabs that I got because I got every tab in here. Here we go. I don't know if this is oh yeah, and this is the email, guys, if you guys want to email me. Let me see if I can bring this up. I don't know how much we can zoom into this picture. So come to terms with VS. I have just accepted my visual snow already. I don't even feel the need to stay away from the forum. It doesn't scare me anymore. Anyone else come to terms? I feel like, is it coming to terms? Coming, I think you meant to say coming to terms could be a bad thing. I went crazy on Topamax. How do we know that this is him though? I don't know how you would confirm that. Let me check. No, I don't want to read more. This is his picture. I mean, it kind of from a distance, I just don't know if this is him. Doesn't have his name or anything like that. You know? Okay, let me see the comments real quick. Yeah, the sick twisted thing is that you have the long list of desperate people. Okay, wait, let me go back. Let me see. What, so these are posts, right? You just send it. Okay. I'm gonna drop the link for Truth Teller. Truth Teller, do you want to give us some context onto these posts that you guys have found? I'm gonna drop it for you. Truth Teller, if you can hit the link, you don't have to be on camera, my love, but if you can hit it and give us some context on this, and let me take this banner out. I don't want to be making up things here with this. I mean, the guy in the picture resembles a younger version of him, but I don't know if that's necessarily him. And I kind of raised my eyebrow on this one too. Does anybody know if Brian was ever in a relationship? I mean, even his friend said that he didn't know him to have had a girlfriend. I don't know. Those are great questions. I dropped a link for you, Truth Teller, if you want to hit it. And let me go back a little bit. Another thing I wanted to talk about while we're here, and let's see. Gosh, there's just so much freaking ads to this thing. Another thing I want to talk about while we're here, let's see. Oh wait, I think we have Truth Teller in here. Hey Truth Teller. Are you there? I can't hear you, my love. Are you there?
Yeah, I hit the mute button and you know how it like bounced back? It bounced back a second time and muted me back up.
Give me some context on these posts that you were talking about.
So
Tell me.
this came from are you familiar with the Hidden True Crime channel with the husband
Yes.
psychologist? Yeah.
The
So
lady,
this is
yeah.
where this is where this originated from. So I guess one of her one of her watchers or somebody she works with found like they were digging deep and they found like an older email, some of the emails that he's utilized throughout his life or whatever, and they came across this forum of when, and they said this is probably about when he was about 17 years old. And it's just basically he's talking about, he thinks he has this thing called visual snow. And I love the other channel because, the husband's a forensic psychiatrist, you know what I mean? So he kind of breaks it down and stuff. But so basically he's talking about visual snow, and he kind of explains, he says some really dark stuff, and it just makes you think like, man, if somebody could have just intervened right when he was 17, because he was thinking some really dark stuff, and he's always felt like he's not connected. He said something about he says, I once was a blue-eyed, blonde-haired boy, but now my eyes are dark and my hair is dark. And it just, you know what I mean? It just gives you more of a, like a deep dive and an insight of where at 17 years old with a young developing mind, where it kind of started, where he said that he probably was very depressed, but he didn't know how to identify it. So he was blaming it on this thing called visual snow. And it's like where you see like dots in your eyes, I guess. It has something to do
Yes.
with like, yeah. So the husband was saying something about in regards that he he's kind of he's not really in touch with himself, or he's not used those words, but because he
It's a
wants to blame everything.
neurological disorder. Visual
Yeah. So
snow.
he would be blaming everything, that the reason why he's not he doesn't have the social connection with people, just everything that he feels inside and what's going on in his head. He just like categorizes it to that one thing, and it says because he didn't know how to identify that he was probably depressed, or be able to, and nobody intervened. So it just kind of just started. It's probably manifested over all this time.
So,
It gets.
so were they saying that there were probably signs of this
Oh
type
yeah.
of
Hmm.
um, psychiatric,
Yes,
you know,
most definitely.
not
It gives you
psychiatric,
a
psychotic
whole nother
stuff
look at it. If you look at that, if you kind of scroll down, 'cause it's like 100 pages, right?
of
So
him?
if you look for the bigger paragraphs, that's where you get like where he just drops kind of like a lot of information about how he's feeling, what he's thinking, what he's hearing,
Oh my God.
all that stuff.
Jesus. And this is all stretching, so you guys know I'm looking at this. I know this is not, see if I can zoom in a little bit more,
Yeah, they
but
volunteered. They gave the link to they put it on every platform, but I grabbed it this morning, so I was like, this is like, it's just good insight just to see where his mind is at and where things could happen. Because she's talking about, a lot of these school shooters they were talking about, and and people don't catch it. And sometimes maybe if we get a better insight on things like this, that we can maybe be able to identify it. Like
yeah.
help people be more aware of it. If there's somebody that's having a struggle or showing signs of depression, or things like that.
I mean, he's going in 2011. It's still going. Did they
Yeah.
say 2009?
So they were reading some paragraph.
Um,
Let me find it. I'm gonna look on my
here it
laptop so I have it.
is. The peripheral visual snow. I found it.
Yeah, but there's bigger
Um,
paragraphs. A little more.
when you look up at the sky and it is severe, do you ever experience that in your peripheral vision? I noticed it and thought I had some light in the vision, but it was just snow flickering like usual.
So much. Let me. I'm
Oh,
gonna find. I'm looking
Jesus.
at it too. So I'm gonna find the one. So go to. Let's see. Go
Lord.
to this page 16.
Page
It-
16?
yeah,
Oh my God. Okay,
16
I'm
or
on
16.
page 12, I think. So do I
Yeah,
keep
go to
hitting
16.
the 16?
Yeah, just
All
keep
right, let me
scrolling
go.
and it's just like 16.
It tells me no suitable. Maybe I need to click the arrow. Nope.
So I can read it to you if you want, and then I can
Yeah,
send
read
it
it
through.
to us.
Okay, so it says, so it says Zithros. I just went into the admin panel and changed. Oh wait, this guy's talking. So he says, damaged. It's like I have severe brain damage. I am stuck in the depths of my mind where I have to constantly battle my demons. Am I here or am I fake? I feel myself slipping away. I hear screams faintly, but I constantly battle away from it. What if I let go? Where would I be? What would I ever come back to reality? I try to remember where I originated from, but I can't. I barely remember my childhood. I often fear about being 80 years old, alone and having faint memories of my parents, everything I missed out on. I think about my father, what a good man he is, how I treat him like dirt because I have this condition, and I can't and I can't take it. I might spiral out of control and lose myself in the void. I can't let it all go. I can't let it all go. All of these regrets I predict for my future, all of these thoughts of remorse. I got this I got this when I was in my stage of discovery. Now I look in the mirror and I see the sickly, tired, useless, and stupid man in the mirror. He is a complete disgrace. He doesn't even deserve to live. I remember when I was 15. I would wander alone at 2 a.m. Everything was so generic. Nowhere felt like home. I saw things that were not there. A different reality. I felt eerie and alone. I died during those nights. I felt like a criminal, but where is my record? I can't talk I can't talk without flinching now. I used to be this healthy, blonde hair boy with blue eyes, and in a few years I have darker hair and darker eyes, half the body weight. Where do I leave off? I try to sleep, I try to clear my head, but the pressure, what does it say? But the pressure, wait, hold on, I just lost my spot. Um, I try to clear my head, but the pressure won't go away. The pain and depression won't leave. Being me is this horrible disease that I was given. I think of this as I succumb to sleep, but I see a large intensity of black, yellow, white fuzz. It makes my mind fizzle and I can barely keep in the bounds of reality. It is as if the ringing in my ears and the fuzz in my vision is simply all the demons in my head mocking me. I fall asleep, but I wake up quickly to bloody screams. Is any of this here? Am I brain damaged? No. Then why am I like this? I have these thoughts in my head. I search for someone to relate to me. Everyone looks down upon me. No one can relate. As I try to read, suddenly my eyes look right through the words. As when I look up, I see blank, or I see blue dots near the center of my vision. When I feel slightly calm, it's hard to it's hard to breathe, and I see bright dots in my vision. Nothing I do is enjoyable. I am blank. I have no opinion. I have no emotion. Um, I have nothing. What is it? I can't see because I have it. Let me hold it. Let me scroll it up real quick. I have nothing, something to relate to. Oh, I went too far. He
Can
said,
you tell me what? Okay, keep going. Is this still pretty? It's
oh
pretty
yeah, it says at
lengthy.
the end. Yeah, it says, I have no emotion. I have nothing. Can you relate? And that was that. That's just one post that he posts. Like
That
a hundred.
sounds like disassociation. Like he,
Yeah, that's
but
what
can
he
you
has.
tell me what year that was that he
This
wrote that?
was July 4th,
Because
two
he's
2011. He was
so it
17, they
was in
said.
2011. You know what though? But I'm just kind of wondering if he was a PH candidate, and especially in a criminology program. I'm
Yeah,
not a PhD. I wouldn't know. I mean, I have a
yeah,
master's, but I'm not. I
yeah.
would think that they would have made him do some type of evaluation of his own to determine if this was something that he was dealing with while he was in that program.
I
Because
don't
how do
think I
you?
don't think I don't think that he divulged. I think he just was talking on this. So what it seems like is that he was reaching out here on this public forum. You know what I mean? Because he's trying to figure.
Yeah.
He's you know what I mean. He's his own enemy. You know what I mean? In his mind, he feels.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So
I
he
mean,
he never. I think his family, they've been like disconnected. Seemed like the families. The mom. She from what I understand, she was like a almost like a sympathizer for Ted Bundy.
yes.
She wrote something in the paper or
Well,
something like
I think
in
she said
regard. I mean,
something about the
yeah,
hearse or something like that. Like, why
yeah,
are people
something like that.
applauding or
But
something?
so the husband said from Hidden True Crime, I can't remember his name, but he said that his family just seems like they might be like they don't deal with feelings, like it's never really talked about. Like so it's just he says I'm mean to my parents, like I know I'm an a-hole. He writes in there like it's like at 17 he says you think he's 17, he's got a young developed mind, and this is probably where it started, and he's blaming it on the visual snow because he doesn't know how to
Mm,
identify it as a depression or know how to direct himself or help. You know what I mean? Nobody's helping. Like I don't know. It's an eye opener. It just makes you think. And I
it
don't sympathize.
is,
It just makes you think.
but I mean, just like SW 4x4 expresses, I mean, I doubt he ever reached out for help. Who knows, yo? But this is an
Yeah,
interesting read.
he
Um,
probably because he's
but
always been disassociated. You know what I mean? That's what it seems like.
disassociation.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, I
always
mean, that's
been.
what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so
So
much
it
for
just
sharing
manifested
this.
itself into this. Yeah, you're welcome.
I appreciate
You're
you. I'm
welcome.
gonna look through it. I mean, This is really, really interesting stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot
For
to
those
read.
that are just joining us, hey Vic, so I guess these posts are from allegedly they're from Kohberger back in 2009 to 2011, where he self-discloses his disassociation and names visual snow. Now, here's the thing: visual snow, I believe, is a clinical term, which
Yeah,
means
it
that
is.
somebody might have pointed that out for him or within his own family, because it's my understanding that there's professionals within his own family.
Yeah,
I think
he
the
was
sister's like
talking
a
about
therapist.
something about the toxins in your body, I guess. It says somewhere
Yeah, this to
in that
me,
film.
I don't know if he's self-diagnosed or if he's actually gone to get diagnosed for this. There is such a stigma of mental health.
Yeah,
So if you want to look, the visual snow part, yeah, it's like a clinical term.
yeah.
And I mean, if
But
you
they said
Google,
that what
I
he's
could
doing
Google
is
it.
he was putting everything in that basket is what the forensic psychologist was saying. He says, I wouldn't be able to properly, unless you do more tests and you know what I mean, you have more time with that person to be able
Yes,
to, appropriately say what it is or what it isn't. He says,
he
I
would
don't want
need a
to.
like a neurological evaluation or some
Right.
some form of evaluation because it's
So
a
he says it
brain.
seems like, hmm go ahead.
It's
I'm
like a
sorry.
brain disorder. No, you're fine.
Yeah.
But basically, for those, I mean, if you just Google search it, it's visual snow is a form of visual hallucinations that is characterized by the perception of small, bilateral, simultaneous, diffuse, mobile, asynchronous dots, usually throughout
Like
the
spots.
entire visual field, but it can be partial and it is presented and conditioned as of an illumination, even when the eyes close. But there's a lot of psychological studies with visual snow. There's a correlation.
Yeah.
A lot of people, and I don't want to diagnose or anything, but
Yeah.
sounds like he was taking treatment. I don't know if it was treating that
Yeah.
necessarily, but yeah.
They said that, I
Well,
guess, when they went over it all and they just wanted to come on live and just be able to kind of bring it out there, just to say the reason why we're talking about this is because, just to raise awareness of mental health and, to be able to identify if somebody's having, if they're disassociated from people or, you know what I mean? Don't just look at them like, oh, they're weird, because, the reaction they get. And I guess he was relentlessly like bullied, not bullied, but they messed with them a lot in school. So it caused a lot of anger to pent up. So it just seems like like I said, I'm not a professional, but from what I understand and what it seems like and what I feel it seems like is that it's just kind of manifested itself throughout this time.
yeah.
You know what I mean? For all these years, because it's never been really
Girl.
properly. And they say he probably did the criminology and went into the criminology aspect to be able to properly, like, whatever he's feeling, whatever ideations or whatever, sensations or whatever he felt like he needed to do or he wanted to do. He was, because he's like OCD, so he was trying
Yeah.
to control that urge or whatever he was feeling. So it was like
Yes.
like a positive way. He was looking for a way to be able to control those
I
urges
mean,
and still,
yeah.
you know,
And I'm kind of curious what his entry thesis or exam or any, his entry. I mean,
yeah,
because what PhD is a lot of freaking writing. So I'm kind of
right,
curious to know, because one thing that they do, especially in grad school, is that they make you connect yourself with the stuff that you're learning. So
right,
had anything like this been weaned off, because clearly um any type of sign would have been merit to have him get further psychological help.
to tap into it, yeah.
And I have a feeling somebody's going to make the argument for that in a way in which that would have been preventative. Like, had he gotten more help, this could have been prevented. Had he gotten more help, this could,
Or
I
somebody
don't
would have
know,
noticed it,
but
or maybe when
thank you.
like when he was a kid, but like if the family's like disconnected and didn't really talk about emotions as, like, as a family, like how to deal with feelings, and that's why
Yeah,
he's always been disconnected from other people, and people just thought he was odd
absolutely.
and different. So then he's been relentlessly like, so then that's when he's kind of started to develop that, well, I'm going to show you that I'm smarter than you kind of thing, because that's where he feels like he's in control, is because with
Yes.
his intelligence. So,
Yes. Well, I appreciate you coming up. I'm gonna have to let you go because I'm gonna have to end
oh
here
yeah.
pretty soon. But I mean, I'll look into this guys a little bit more. Thank you so much for sharing the link.
Yeah, most
This
definitely.
was interesting. And do you guys in the chat want me to put the link in the description box so you guys can look into it? Because I mean, if you guys feel like let me look into some of these posts and you're interested, we
They
can do
can go
that as well.
on the actual Facebook post or their channel as well. It's like right there, like
Okay,
where you can log on to it. So okay,
I will do that. Well, thank
okay,
you.
awesome. You're
All
welcome.
right,
Have a good rest of your day.
bye.
Bye.
Yes. Karen said, yes, please. Okay, Karen. I mean, we could definitely do that. That was very interesting to look specifically to him, right? And explore it a little bit more. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Um, yes, and that's thank you for saying that. They don't have an insanity plea. So this is going to be very interesting in terms of a court trial and everything. So anyways, guys, I want to thank everybody for coming today to the stream. Make sure you hit that like button as well while you're coming in if you're watching the replay. 300 is our goal to reach. So of course, if you're watching the replay, hit that like button for me. Shout out to everybody in the chat and let me do some rabbit twerking for those that have donated today. Tinkle Tits McGee, as well as 4x4 Explorers. And who else? There's a couple of donations in there that I saw. Let me hit this for you. Thank you. Yes, yes, yes. And if you have anything else you want me to talk about, I mean, look, the email's right there. Shoot me an email and we can look into it. Shout out to everybody, guys. I am out because I got to tend to Baby Bunny. Baby Bunny is the CEO of this channel. Rabbits out.